the fact that I'm black and I'm a woman. Whoa! This bottle be popping. Even though some of the systems can be oppressive, for the fact that I'm a black woman, I know that I can Wonder Woman the situation. You know?
Experienced colorism.
Guys, it is so bad sometimes. You know, I've had a lot of incidences whereby I was with my friends who are a few shades lighter than I am, and people would normally interact with them and literally just pull me aside. So it's sort of like we went through settings whereby being lighter skinned is more nice, but it's more. And also in school, there are times whereby I was called like Black Star, Mantu. Guys, I've experienced a lot of insults just because of my dark skin.
And so I'll be out in the shop or I'll be in the mall with my mom and it looks from black people and it's like they look at my mom and they look at me. Even sometimes I'll tell my mom, why is that looking at us all? Do you know these people? And now I realize that they were asking why I'm darker than her. And it feels bad, but at the same time it's like
we go to places and they'll be like, oh my gosh, you're so beautiful for a dark skin girl. You know, I hate that.
When I grew up, people started saying stuff like, there was a conversation where it was like, is she pretty because she's light skinned or is she pretty? I was never a part of the conversation because I wasn't considered pretty. But there was that thing of, is she pretty or is she pretty? I didn't consider myself as pretty, nor did I consider myself as light-skinned, so I kind of felt weird because people knew that I was not black enough, but they didn't consider me pretty as a light person, and they didn't consider me like whatever. And then at some point in my life, I could tell people treated me differently because they thought I was pretty because I'm light-skinned, and I didn't know how to react to that. So like people be like yellow bone, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with that.
Our society is confused between beauty and color, and we are now trending with how cool it is to be light skinned or to be super dark, and then when you're in the middle, you're kind of like, oh, okay, my cheeks are kind of light, my forehead and my other parts of my face are kind of darker.
I feel pressured to wear my hair in a certain way.
For me, it's because I wear it straight. And I have had it natural for a long time. And I feel like because everyone is talking about Africanization, which I said that, but I feel like I have this pressure to be more African, and therefore to be African I need to to cut off my straight hair and regrow it as an afro or whatever. So that has made me feel some type of way because I have been considering cutting it because I feel like I'm less African somehow, or I'm seen as assimilating if I have straight hair.
Feel the pressure to be natural and to do a good job at it because I feel like there's not enough people who are wearing their hair naturally and embracing how natural it is. And I feel like I also feel pressure because at work I cover my head because I don't have to like touch my head.
For me, I can wake up today and say I'll wear a wig today. I could wake up the next day and say, no, I'll wear it naturally, I just didn't want to be over afro. And for me, like, I wear my hair the way I feel.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I do feel a little bit of pressure though, especially like after this whole like team natural and team not natural thing came out. And being in like a space where there were black women who had their hair out naturally, and I would come with like a wig or a weave, and I kind of felt some type of way. Like they didn't say anything, but there's almost like that subtle kind of like, but why are you not wearing your hair out proudly?
Yeah.
But so it's like a little bit of pressure, but I try like not to really care about it.
No, I don't feel pressured. Like, you can sit down. This is my head. We will not dictate what happens on my head. If I want to straighten it, it is mine. If I want to color it, it is mine. If I want to cover it, it is mine. So sit down with your pressure. If you come in and try to touch my hair, we go have a fight.
As a black woman, I'm always expected to be strong.
The words that I hear all the time at home. At work, being humiliated, being bullied, just be strong. being abused, being in an abusive relationship, just be strong. Being sidelined by family members, just be strong. Being a single parent, just be strong. You know, it's always the thing that whenever we find ourselves, we always need to put this upfront superwoman kind of thing, you know. And sometimes it's tiring.
I feel like we sometimes put the pressure on ourselves because you don't want to be perceived as weak.
Yeah.
So you've learned to take on strength even when you don't have it.
I feel like I'm perceived as weak and I have to be strong. I feel the pressure to be strong because if I'm not strong, then I won't be useful to myself.
I don't necessarily think it's a black woman thing or a black thing, but it's a thing of like, no, you just need to. Everyone has tough times. Everyone goes through bad things. So just be strong and get over it. So I think it's different.
I prefer traditional African food.
Watch all day, every day. That is all.
I'm probably going to get hate for this, but I can't afford it.
They can't be friends.
Since I was a child, I was unable to stomach it. I couldn't. So yes, I'm gonna get hate for this. It's not because I hate traditional food. I love traditional food. Moroho, everything I can eat. It's just that one particular dish I cannot. So I do love my African food, but I do also love other types of food and discovering other cultures' food. So it's neutral.
Oh, same. Yeah, I love African food. I think African food is amazing. But I wouldn't mind exploring here and there. Pasta, paella, you know.
Because I'm a foodie, so I like exploring all kinds of like tastes, and I think I'm a pretty adventurous eater actually. So it's just like food is also like let's not like have another thing to kind of categorize and
Yeah,
segregate
like we
and
have
segregate.
enough categories. Food is food. Let's just eat and enjoy ourselves.
Black girls are raised, black boys are loved.
I'm a girl, and I've always been raised. Like I've always been told, get yourself ready for becoming someone's wife. Get yourself ready to be able to do all of this housework. Get yourself ready to understand responsibility. Get yourself ready to understand that when you have money, the finances don't just belong to you, they belong to the family. And my brother, who's the last one, just started working and he got his first salary, guys, and that was his thank you. Whereas more than half of my salary goes towards looking after my family because both my parents are unemployed. My brother, he told my parents straight, when I get paid, I'm buying myself sneakers, I'm getting myself a couple of jeans here. Nobody complained. If I say for a month, I need to cut 500 rand off groceries because I have a personal need. It's gonna be a family meeting.
Being, growing up in a household where there's a lot of women around, it's like we're constantly trained to be wise for men. And also coming from a household where there were also boys, and then I come from a household where we have 5 kids. I was constantly reminded that, Raisa, you need to clean, Raisa, you need to do this, otherwise no man is going to want to marry you. So it's sort of like they're trying to trigger the thing that, Raisa, you need to have everything together. Even though the boys are messy, it's fine for the boys to be messy, but they always need to be clean, always need to do this because you're preparing yourself to be someone's wife. And also take care of that, take care of the family. Yeah. So.
For me, it was more of an independence thing. I was raised in a family where there were a lot of women. So for me, it was just you need to be able to take care of yourself if you leave home. It was never because I don't have brothers, so I don't see it as my brothers were loved and I was raised. But I was raised actually to take care of yourself, know how to cook, know how to fix things even. If I have a screwdriver, so if anything breaks, I must know how to fix it for myself. Or I should be able to be confident enough to call a plumber, call this person to come fix things if I can't do it physically by myself. The majority of things I need to know how to do. But I have seen cousins who are male, who were raised, who were loved instead of raised, and where the sisters were actually raised. So yeah.
I'm a single child. So just like hearing what you guys say, I can relate to what you say because even like when my mom speaks to me, there'll be certain things that she says like, oh, but you're a girl. And I'm just like, who are you comparing me to? Like there's no one here. So I get what you're saying, and also I can relate to codependency because that's how I was raised. I think for me, like I need to look at how I was raised in love because to me it sounded like preferred. And then raised was like a workplace.
I think what happens is that like we kind of teach women that, you know, there's condition for living in this world and being you. So that condition is you must be accommodating. So we teach women how to be accommodating and how to like help others at the expense of themselves. And I think with guys, like, just let them live their lives. That's what I think is going on. I don't even think that they get loved more, because I think some of the things that they learn actually work to their disadvantage. I mean, how can a grown person not know how to cook and clean for themselves? And you grew up in a loving home? No, like, you've been inconvenienced. Like, they didn't give you the proper tools. You should know how to do that. It's basic.
We should all be feminists.
Feminism is about breaking down patriarchy. It has nothing to do with whether you're male or female. It's about breaking the system and starting fresh.
All women need to support each other. The system won't be broken if we are all not in line and supporting each other, no matter what color there is. Even though there's quite a few differences in types of feminism, we still need to work together to make sure that we break this cycle of patriarchy.
But I feel like we are going we are in a world of situation. I feel like for me, feminism is how you define it. Feminism can be like, and feminism can be like, okay, we are all equal. We all can contribute to something equally. Everybody is something together.
Feminism means looking at a woman and seeing human beings.
Yes.
A lot of people say I have feminist tendencies, and I'm comfortable with people saying that about me. And I think a lot of women inherently are feminists, but I don't know what the men should do. So I don't know if you should love me.
I am proud to be a black woman.
There's nothing exceptional about that. You can come up with a lot of connotations, but I believe in that in the best way. I love being black.
Oh yes, I love being black and I love being a woman. It's two of the most beautiful blessings that God has gifted me. So, yay, black woman! Hey!
I feel like a black woman. I'm just like, whoa. Like, it's almost like black women just radiate strength and like power and beauty, and it's just like, I'm so glad I'm part of that.
We're not linear. We are different types of people who look different, and we come together sometimes, not always, but most of the time we are. It's just, I don't know, it's beautiful to see that we are different and we all walk through this life the way we are.
It feels like a symbol of power because of the black women who've come before me, who've made like so many changes. Yeah, like it's,
overcome.
yes, like
written.
automatically, you know. Even though we sometimes get frustrated about how we're raised, but the fact that you know that you're a black woman who can speak, and in our generation, that's so important to not allow yourself to be like,
I just recently started to draw like pride from other black women, because like she mentioned that, you know, there's something oppressive about being, like, you get oppressed a lot, or there's something oppressed about being a black woman. So I wasn't always comfortable or walking with pride, but I knew I was a black woman. I am still now a black woman. So I think I want to be more proud, but I haven't been as proud as I should have been in the past.
Guys, thank you for watching this episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. We matter. You know what it is.